I'll tell you, an incredible tragedy was averted Saturday night. But this is a cascading systems of failures. And these are all Gen Z guys, all these 20 to 29-year-old. This individual was 31 years old, who are grievance collectors. They're part of this new assassination culture where they take a grievance, some triggering event happens, then they apply an ideology to it and their own moral absolutism, and they believe that doing this, stopping what they consider to be an existential threat, is a way to be a hero. And in this instance, to be able to take a train all the way from California through Chicago into New York, and at no point along the way are there any security checkpoints. And I think that is the real weakness in the system here.
And that was retired FBI Supervisory Special Agent James Galliano with me earlier in the program on how the alleged White House correspondent shooter traveled cross-country to carry out the attack and got so close to the ballroom where President Trump was. The 31-year-old from California rushing a Secret Service checkpoint at the Washington Hilton Saturday night, armed with multiple weapons, including a shotgun and a handgun. He opened fire and hit a Secret Service officer in his bulletproof vest. The officer is going to be released from the hospital today, and he will be okay. The suspect, on the other hand, not. He's going to have a court date today. He will be arraigned today. Law enforcement telling Fox News he had a manifesto which outlined his intent and motives, including targeting Trump administration officials. Joining me now with more is Fox News contributor and former NYPD inspector Paul Mauro. Paul, great to see you. Thanks for being here. And I know you've looked at this a lot at this point. What's your assessment?
Well, look, in a First Amendment society, the continuum here is how far can people go before you have to get involved. Now, this is terrain I'm well familiar with from working counterterrorism. The problem now is that, unlike when I was working against terrorists and the sanctioners and proselytizers were overseas hiding in caves trying to get their message out, we now have a narrative very close to the mainstream, particularly on the left, that is sanctioning this kind of stuff. You have coming together there a proliferation of apps, and a lot of them are encrypted. The communications are encrypted. So my point is, for law enforcement to get out ahead of something like this, which is always difficult in our society to begin with, that is, to prevent something before it happens, is now astronomically more difficult. And you also have a pool of people that, I hate to say it, are very much like the accused here, Cole Allen, who are underemployed, imbibing all of this stuff through the internet, looking for a purpose. We called it the cognitive aperture when I was working. It's just a fancy way of saying getting into somebody's head. And here's a guy with apparently a lot of time, nothing else to do, and he revved himself up to do an idiotic event. Let's remember, he's a loser, as all of these guys are, because this is not the answer. But there are elements of our society who continue to make this look heroic.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, because when I spoke with President Trump over the weekend, I spoke with him yesterday. He said to me, you know, Maria, you ever consider what geniuses these guys are in terms of their background? And it's interesting because he was in advanced stem cells, not typical for a teen school, context. He was a mechanical engineering student at the California Institute of Technology. He had a master's in computer science at California State University, and he worked as a teaching assistant and a tutor and a part-time teacher. So what do you make of this background? What leads one to think that you're going to go to New York City and shoot the president?
I mean, look, I hesitate to play psychiatrist, but, you elucidate a pretty stellar background. Here he is with a master's degree in computer science in the age of AI, living in California. I mean, the job opportunities for somebody like this are legion. Instead, he's working as a part-time tutor and is an off-duty part-time game developer, and there's no indicia that he was making a living doing that. And he's living with his parents. He's 31. So here he is, from my perspective, very emblematic of something that we have going on with young men in our society these days. He's got more degrees than a thermometer. He's living with his parents. He doesn't really seem to have much ambition or much of a profession coming. But I suspect what you're going to find out is he spent a lot of time on the internet taking in the kind of messaging that we've been talking about. And as I said earlier, when that messaging has mainstreamed to the point that you have politicians you have Democratic associations, and it is on the left. I'm sorry,
That's
but
right.
while the right has its extremists, certainly, we don't have the willingness to countenance, to put up with the kind of rhetoric that we're seeing from mainstream figures on the left that are literally calling for our president's death.
That is exactly right. And I've been making this point all morning, Paul. This stuff doesn't happen without the media amplifying some of this terrible, conversation happening from politicians. You've got a cabal of people in Washington that are attacking President Trump and all of his supporters nonstop. Nazi this, pedophile this, that, and the other thing. I mean, it's absolutely outrageous. And when the media constantly talks about this stuff, like that gotcha interview that President Trump did last night, there was absolutely no reason for her to read the whole manifesto. We all know it's not true. For her to read all that was classic gotcha, gotcha, gotcha for the president. But she did, and that's the kind of stuff that you amplify this, and it sparks people who may have mental problems to go think that they have to fix things, quote unquote.
Exactly. And, I would go to something else that I learned the hard way, as I said, doing counterterrorism work, which is the best analogy for trying to stop this kind of thing that I have. The thing that you always learned is that at the end of the day, the people who were best positioned to stop this kind of thing is the family, because they're the ones who are closest to this person, and they can see the change in behavior, somebody going down a dark path. Now, I'm not blaming the family here. I want to be very clear. I have no facts to support that. But you can only expect the police and the Secret Service. There's going to be a hot wash of how it went at the hotel. An event like this at a hotel that's still operating as a business simultaneous with the event, that creates a lot of problems. Hotels are hard to secure. But in looking at the larger picture that you're painting, Maria, families have to be cognizant of this stuff. There's some reporting that the sister knew that he was kind of getting radicalized. You're doing the person a favor if you step in and say, hey, get a grip on yourself. This is not the way to go. Law enforcement can't do this every time. They only have to be right once. We have to be right every time. And as you can see, sometimes we've gotten lucky. Families have to step up and watch their family members.
Right. And really what I'm talking about is the media needs to be much more responsible in terms of mimicking out and, blabbing out some of these political talking points that, the left uses against their political enemies. But I want to get your take literally specifically on NYPD, because the New York City Police Department is adding extra security outside Trump Tower following the shooting on Saturday night. This despite New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani's plans to tighten the city's budget. He wants potential cuts to the NYPD. He's halting plans to hire 5,000 new officers, Paul. I guess we expected this from Mamdani, but it's playing out that way. What is that going to mean for New York?
Yeah, I mean, he's been under heavy pressure from his far left to come through on a lot of his promises. They feel like he's moved too slowly. The last thing he wants is something to go bad at Trump Tower, because he's actually built some kind of a rapport with the president. So he is going to bite the bullet, as I say, and, put some more security around there in light of our heightened threat environment. Even Zoran Mamdani has to recognize that this is the most targeted president in U.S. history. But as far as New York City writ large, it doesn't augur well. Right now, we have a whole host of quality of life crimes that are not even enforced. Anybody who looks at the numbers and tells you things are going in the right direction is willing to ignore the fact that here in New York City, as I've said before, we lock up our toothpaste and not our perps. We're also, and this is the scariest thing, we're going to be closing Rikers Island. And with that, we're going to go down 60 to 75% in the number of criminal jail beds that the city has. That's a hard metric. That math is math. So we're going to have no place to put these people, even when we do arrest them. I fear for the city's future as we cut policing and we cut corrections.
And was that Cuomo who made that decision to close Rikers Island? You're right. I mean, they don't have beds for these people, so they're going to take in fewer and fewer.
Of course, you'll have no place to put them. That was a city decision. Bill de Blasio and his team.
Wow. All right. Paul Mauro, always a pleasure. Great to get your insight on all of it. Thank you, sir. Paul Mauro, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thank you, Marie.